Hello, as my baby would say. What's going on? I figured I'd just make one more video before the night's over. And I don't really have anything to study anymore, but let me show you my tabs. I have over 672 tabs open right now, right? And I'm kind of going through them all. These are all my just random tabs I'm going through right now. I just opened these up maybe the other day. I have another. Let's see here. This is this guy I'm watching right now. I'm going through this whole page right here. And is this the right one? Yeah, it's the right. It's the right guy. I'm about to go buy all his books, and I'm about to just go through his stuff. And he's talking about like redemption through sin. He's talking about just all this stuff that's been happening over history, right? Just talking about all the secret underground stuff, right? 30 minutes, 15 minutes, an hour. How many videos are here? 200 videos. Okay, so let's just do the math real quick. I was just doing some other math right here. So we'll just bring this up. 244 videos at an average of 30 minutes is this many minutes. And we're going to divide it obviously by 2x speed. And we're going to divide this by an hour. So it'll take me around 60 hours to get through all of this. So I'm going to watch maybe 2 hours a day as a movie. So it'll take me 30 days to get through this whole catalog. So maybe a month if I just watch 2 hours. But you know me, I'm probably going to end up doing maybe 4 to 6 hours a day. I'm not really watching this stuff like how I used to, whatever. But I mean, you do 3 hours in the morning before you get your day started. So I would say maybe like 4 hours. So it took me like around 2 weeks, two to 3 weeks to kind of get through this whole catalog of information. I think he has another channel too. Let me see 1 second. Let's see here. Let's see. A lot. You can get a lot done as long as you don't watch the corny stuff, man. Like if you're not watching the corny stuff, it's like you can get a lot watched. I mean, this just helps me put together all the astrology and other stuff. What is this? 382 videos. So maybe a month. It'll take me a month to kind of get through all of this to get an idea of how this guy thinks and his worldview. And it passed some of the smell test. As far as like somebody who actually is like has integrity and is telling the truth. But like stuff like this, like I don't really know, because you get it, like he's we know the real thing, so it's like, okay, is he telling it from white history perspective? But it still helps. Okay, it still helps. So I didn't show all my tabs here. Okay, so here's all my tabs, and look at this. Ready? What's this? Look, ready? Oh my goodness, look at this. Oops. Oh, trying to figure out how to grab the tab without let's see here. I don't know how to do it. Hold on. Okay, I'm just gonna do this. Okay. All right. So we're here and we're going all the way here. Okay. Are you ready? We're gonna start here. You see it? Right here. We're going this. Look, ready? Still going. Still going. Okay, we hit the end, and then we're gonna bring it this way. Wow. What the freak is wrong with me? What the freak is wrong with me? And I still feel dumb, Okay. I still feel like I don't know shit for some reason. I'm like, man, like how do you know all this stuff? Yo, what's up? What's up, Chosen? I ain't see you in a while, man. Hope everything's good. What's up with you, man? What's up? So yeah, just basically just doing this right now. I'm basically just about to like power through some of this content, just have fun with this. I told you guys already, like this, a lot of this business stuff is like pretty simple. It's not really that hard. I'm actually about to, I talked about a little bit of like this issue I'm having with some money, so I got to generate some cash real quick so I can get back to, like, you see what I'm saying here? Like, I always love the studies, and I'm like, damn, they're trying to put me back to sleep because I got to work more in my business, when I'm really just trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. Which every time I find out more secrets and good stuff, like the brainwashing and whatever, then I got to work again. I'm like, these mother freakers, man. All is well, brother. One day at a time. How have you? I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, this is really not really like an update video, but it's just a video of me finally accepting an issue that I've been having over the years. And that's an issue of me trying to kind of level people up and stuff like this. Like, I like helping people and being on teams and all this other stuff, but I know that there's like no hope for people. You know what I'm saying? You got to be like, you got to be interested in like wanting to do better. You got to be interested in like wanting to have more and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what's up, Oliver? What's up, man? Was that Oliver? Hey, what's up, man? What's going on? Yeah, so you know, and you know, you want to bring people up, but sometimes you can't. So it's like, what you gonna do, right? And you know, it's really just been my life's work trying to figure out this stuff, and knowing this stuff, I had to, what's the word I'm looking for here? Like, if it was just money, I'd just go out there and make money. Like, that's not really a problem. Or buying houses, stuff like that's not really an issue. The issue is more, I want to actually look at this crazy shit that I just seen, right? I just showed you all you guys those videos. That's like a whole month there of videos I'm trying to get through so I can have an idea on how I'm going to dig through this next mystery campaign of whatever is like behind this next veil of information, because it's not really what people make it seem. People try to make it like, the reason why people need all the motivation and they need all this stuff is because they're literally brainwashed on purpose, right? And I was doing some praying about that last night. I was like, okay, like, God, like, whatever this is, whatever this next thing is, because I don't really like and the stuff I'm looking at, this is like my spare time. I got 3 hours here, and I got 3 hours at night before I go to bed, but I'm not really like studying business and stuff like this like I used to, because it's really simple. Like once you actually know what's going on, it's really just about breaking the brainwashing, which I can say that now. I had a hard time saying it before because I thought it was something else. I just thought people could just do well. You actually have to break yourself and become a new person, which is the identity. But it's more than that. You've been deliberately lied to like your entire life, so you don't really know how to live, and everything's scary. It's intimidating. If you're growing up in the hood, it's like you have enough balls to kind of start, but then you still don't really know, because you're like, how do I survive in a place like this? You know, and it's normal to feel embarrassed and scared and to have like these moments. And even one of my mentors, he was like, Carlos, man, like, you know, this thing is a good spot. He was in an apartment. I was like, man, come on, man. I don't fucking care where you live at, man. You're my mentor, right? And he's made millions of dollars and stuff like this, but he just got a divorce and had a heart attack and some other stuff. And you lose everything sometimes, you know, and people don't really, like, if you're like a regular dumb person or whatever, you're not really going to understand this stuff, because it's like you're regular and dumb. You get it? Like, you're brainwashed. Basically, you're a brainwashed person, right? You're literally brainwashed, and you go to college or school or whatever, and you're like, yeah, this is like the thing. And it's like, they just stole like 17 years of your life and put you in a room full of people who literally are abusing you. Like, literally, they're literally abusing you. And then they get your parents to abuse you by making you cry it out, right? Wasn't that science at one point? You got to let your baby cry it out. Yeah. You got to put your baby in the crib, and you got to put them away from you. Sick, man. Sick. Okay. It's basically, they're devils, man. And you need to know that, right? And it's not like it's a white thing, or it's just people, man. People. And they let their greed get the better of them. But I didn't understand like how. I'm like, damn, this is like bad, right? And the brainwashing is so intense. But like, where would I be right now if I never figured out this stuff? You know what I'm saying here? Like, I have these moments where I'm gobbling up information, and I have to get all this money to then put towards the research of the information, because it sounds like you just watch YouTube and it's over. It's not that. You have to be putting this shit together, you know, and figuring out what's really going on. And it's just about controlling you. It's about making you into a slave, and making you into an obedient slave, and making sure that your generations of slaves. And it's literally just about you being not even human. It's about you being less than human. And over time, it all starts to put together. That's why they want to put brain chips in people's head, because it's all about detaching you from your spirit. You know what I'm saying here? It's about destabilizing you. It's evil, essentially, is what evil is, right? Like, people do this in the hood and stuff like that, but they're evil too, right? So those are the bad guys. But we're talking about, just it's just so, ooh, man. I was watching a video today, and they were talking about the Bible that they gave to the slaves. It's the slave Bible, and they removed stuff from that Bible, obviously, right, to make people more compliant with slavery, black people in particular, because they're trying to breed them as they're like, you know what I'm saying here? Like, they literally put black people in this, that's why they're so mad, because you kind of broke free. But it's like they really did everything possible to break the black people's spirit. Like, you have to like know this stuff, and I don't want to keep always sounding like it's a black thing or it's a white thing or whatever, but it's just, that's just what it is to a degree, because it's not that, it's just the nature of it, if that makes sense. Teddy, making humans become humanoid. Yep, something human like. Yes, exactly. And it's scary, because if you don't know who to trust, you're basically fucked, because you could be trusting agent, or you could be trusting an MK Ultra crazy person or whatever. Like, I'm watching this one guy right now, and I'm like, something's not right with this guy. That's good enough for me not to watch him anymore, but I still like, let me see, right? And that's how they get you sometimes. And you're like, damn, okay, was I just thrown on a loop? And anyways, basically, just with the new revelation and stuff like that over the last couple of days, I'm like, okay, I'm trying to integrate this new data into my body. And you have to be assertive, not like a bully or nothing, but you got to figure out how to be a healthy man while still all these other things are happening, and still keep your humanity and still be a good man to others. You know what I'm saying here? It's like weird. It's like really difficult to navigate, and people will call you a nasty person. They'll call you bad. They'll call you whatever, but it's all just to get you to control you. That's it. You know, just like when women basically, oh, you're nothing, you're a piece of crap, you're whatever, you're this, you're never gonna be shit. All the stuff that people say, you know, all the stuff that people have been saying over the years, as far as you know, oh, you're like, your life really kind of starts at 40. So like, you don't even have to feel bad if you're like young, you're like 20, in your 20s or whatever. It's like, there's nothing to really worry about. You just got to do it right. You got to find an adult to attach yourself to. I wish I knew this stuff as a kid. Like, I tried, but then it was nothing but like boomers and then weird people that were Gen X, and they didn't really talk. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with these people? And I thought it was me, but I mean, they're brainwashed. So like, what can I really expect now that I know? I'm like, oh, well, of course they're brainwashed or whatever. Like, duh. Like, of course they want to take care of me because they're brainwashed. They're freaks or whatever. All they can do is care about themselves or whatever, right? They're not good humans. I'm not saying you're required to take care of anybody. You know what I mean? But it was just like, it's just one of those things where like, okay, they're brainwashed. Like, how can you really expect people that are brainwashed to be like, you got to really think about it. Some people being at their job for like 40 years and stuff. Like, you've been there how long? Like, they're obviously on drugs, or they're doing something to numb themselves, right? That's why people start having sex. That's why they start doing all this like crazy stuff, and it's all about basically numbing you and keeping you in this like docile, stupid state or whatever, so they can move you, keeping you restless and all this other stuff. I'm like, okay, well, how do I like adjust to this information now? Because I have to now walk through the world with this information and not say anything about it, because like, what are you gonna like? Nobody wants to hear that shit. You know what I mean? Nobody wants to hear that. Hey, you're actually like brainwashed. You know, I was watching this one video of this girl, and she's like, girl, he gonna fly you out to vacation and he gonna fuck you. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, that's normal, but why is it so intense? Like, you know, that's, what do you expect? First of all, like, yes, of course, obviously you're gonna have sex at the vacation, duh, because that's what you do. That's what adults do. You have sex and you eat. You maybe watch a movie. Like, what do you? But it's the overemphasis of people like, oh, wow, you get it. Everybody's like a kid. Everybody's a baby, and it's not because they're young. There's adults like that too. They're gonna pretend to not be impressed, but that was, you know. I remember. I'll tell you guys a quick story. I remember I was dating this girl, right, a couple years ago, before me and mom got back together. She was being weird at that. To beat mom up, right? No, I'm kidding. She was being weird. So before the baby got me locked down a little bit, right? So I was like, okay, maybe I'll give it a second shot. Yeah, right now, dating this girl, fat behind. My lord, it was big, right? Great, everything, right? Oh, everything. We go see this stupid movie or whatever, and she was just weird. I know she was like a little weird or whatever, but I was like, okay, maybe it's like me, like I'm like new to the dating game again, so like I don't really know anything. I'm dumb, whatever, right? So basically, what poor people will do, excuse me, and I'm not just being ignorant here, okay? If you're not really used to seeing money and stuff, you'll be like weird about it, okay? So when I paid for it, I paid with my American Express, American Express card. Just an American Express credit card. You can pretty get one if your credit score is okay or whatever. It doesn't really mean anything, but it means something to the person who doesn't know shit, right? So I'm paying attention to how she's looking, and I bring out the card and I leave it there, and she's doing this. See what Teddy said. Google this. Carl Jung. Yeah. I know Carl Jung. Yeah. Let's see. Life implications codes we're seeing. Yeah. So she's basically watching this stuff, right? She's like, yeah. Right, trying to see what's going on, and I'm like I'm looking at her, trying not to like, trying to notice that I'm not looking, and she's looking, right. But anyway, she's trying to like, okay, well, she was the kind of girl who liked guys with money, I guess, to a degree, but she was still like regular because she's just a regular chick, right? She ended up being a nurse, and just doing what nurses do, right? Home, I guess, or whatever. Anyways, the point is that I liked her, but I'm just like, I don't really. This is where I started to get these other ideas where I'm like, okay, what if it's not really a good fit? It doesn't really mean anything if I like you. You actually have to like all this other stuff. And she would, she'd follow instructions and stuff. But the point is that if you talk to somebody who doesn't really know what's going on, they're going to be doing like weird shit like that the entire time. Right? But then acting like nothing. Oh, no, I'm better than you. I know what's going on. Like, I just seen you picking up the card. It's stupid, but like, what I'm saying? They don't really know. You know what I'm saying? So like, they don't know what's going on. They're like, you invest in real estate. Like, yes, I do. Should I just sell it all? Like, I don't know. Like, what should I do? Whatever. Should I just give up and go bankrupt, or like, does it matter? Because on the channel I talked about how the shit doesn't really matter, right? You just get back on your feet. It only matters to what? Regular people who don't know shit. You get it? So if you're going the government route, which actually I'll kind of draw it out for a second. I'll draw it out in like a second, whatever. But if you're a regular person, all these things matter to you because you don't really know any better, right? If you know better, you're like, okay, I'm not watching this goofy stuff because it's fake or whatever. You can do it just to participate and hang out with people, but it's not like you're going to sit there. Like everybody's talking about Love Island right now. You're not going to sit there and actually watch that for like, wow, like you're entertained by it. You watch it with your girlfriend just to sit there and just enjoy each other's time, but you're not really like involved in the story. If that makes sense. Okay, so like let me just draw this out real quick, and I can go back into whatever I'm going to talk about, which is how I'm turning into a bad guy. I'm a bad guy now. Oh, woe is me, right? So basically, there's two kinds of routes that you're going to go down in life. There's the typical route, which you're a regular schmuck and you get taken advantage of your entire life, and then there's the route where basically I'm telling you where to go. I should be laughing, man, but I hope you guys like enjoy my like sense of humor, because it's funny to me because it's true, but it's not really funny if it's like, you're a regular schmuck or whatever and you plan on having a job forever, which is nothing wrong with a job either, right? So the point is that basically, look, so in reality, like here's like reality, okay? Reality is like all these things are happening, brainwashing, MK Ultras, you're a slave, you're paying taxes, all this other stuff, right? Whatever, right? Everything's crazy. And you don't really need a lot of money, it's just there to fuck with you. You go this way, it's all the things, but you're just unaware of it. So you're just following the road. Okay. You got your parents telling you to follow the road. Everybody, your boss is telling you to follow the road. Oh man, I saved $40,000 over the course of like 5 years. It's like, what the fuck? That's it. Like, yeah. Like, why? Like, did you want to make more? It's like, they don't know how. So they don't know what's going on. So it's all about savings for them. It's all about savings. It's all about your 401k. It's all about what? Being safe. It's about like what? Like watching the news, hearing like random updates on like dumb stuff. Like, I don't know. I mean, there was nothing wrong with the World Cup, but it's like, that's like what's going on, right? World Cup, whatever. Oh man, did you see Alvarez or whatever. Did you see Alvarez and his kick? And it's like, what they're not even watching it. They're like repeating what the news said about Alvarez or whatever, which is not really a problem either, but you just have to like know this stuff, okay? Because the point is like, I'm kind of like ADHD, all right? I'm ADHD. I'm probably got like other issues or whatever that I have. Or people call me an asshole and stuff like that too. But the point is that I can point things out. And when you point things out, you're kind of serious. If you're traumatized, you're going to be a little ADHD too anyway, because you're going to be like, this shit doesn't really make any sense, right? There's nothing really wrong with the sports. There's nothing wrong with these options. But the issue is that the level of manipulation and abuse that happens where the person is not actually making a conscious choice. Okay. So what do they care about? Their credit score, right? Credit score matters, right? That's why I have a personal finance course, which is gay now, but it's like, it's good for people if you have a job, but it starts to lead you down into reality, right? Like my stuff all leads you down here, right? So basically, care about their credit score. It's all about personal finance for them, and I'll get personal finance advice about how to save to like 20 cents or whatever. It's about motivation, about keep going, keep working harder. It's just like all this, like this is all these things that act like they're going to do something, but they're not really anything. Like affirmations, okay, affirmations. Right. What else? I mean, all this like fruit cup stuff, right? And there's nothing really wrong with it. The issue is that it's not for a person who's actually trying to do well, right? If you're actually trying to do well, you need to come down here, right? You need to come down here to hell, right? No, I'm kidding. Okay, you got to come down here to reality, which is like, okay, all these people are brainwashed and they don't know what they're doing. Okay, you have to make the right choice for yourself all the time, and there's always picking and choosing and deciding where you're going to go, right? So while they would talk about affirmations, I would say, hey, actually, everyone's brainwashed, right? Everyone's brainwashed. And what does that mean? That means you should not do what they're doing because they're brainwashed and they don't understand how anything works. Okay? Now, here's how you actually learn what was going on. And you got to either buy this thing or talk to me about it long enough so that way you know better, right? So now you'll know about altered states, right? Being in an altered state, because that's what's really going on here, right? You'll know about hypnosis, right? You'll learn about these things because that's the real thing. Affirmation is a fake gay version of it, okay? There's all these like fake gay versions of the real thing, okay? Like here, there's different, they have something called the disc assessment, which is actually not, which is fine, the disc assessment. Down here, it's more about the stars and getting to know people, okay, and energy, okay. This is the real thing, right? It's about energy, right? It's about the stars, right? But what is going to be the fake version of the stars? You're going to have stuff like zodiac, which is not nothing wrong with it, but you want to know that it's the fake version of the real thing. You got to know when you're eating like a piece. You got to know when you're eating real meat versus glued meat, right? Nothing wrong with the zodiac, obviously, right? Because it's energies and stuff like this. But when you're focused on the stars, is different. It's just different, okay? You got to know very particularly what you're looking at, right? It's nothing wrong with it, but if you're it's like a good example is this, because Zodiac is like pretty good sometimes. It's like while going to a channel and they're going to tell you about your horoscope for the month. Like how will these people know? They're regular random people that have followers, and what do they know? You're going to achieve more money this month. How do they know that? It doesn't make any sense. It has no recollection to reality. And you're dealing with the stars and you're dealing with people who study different kinds of practices, then they can tell you different things based off of what's happening with the energy levels. Like, okay, based off of the energy levels right now with the stars, with the planets and all this other stuff, here's what's happening right now. Okay, this is probably where you may get some luck, but in reality, it's just up to how you feel about what you're doing and whether or not you're in alignment. If you need to go outside of yourself to look for answers, then you're doing it wrong, because you need to look inwards. Okay, you need to look inwards, right? And that's going to give you the answer. The next best thing is the stars, right? Then you have all this other stuff. You have life design. Was it something design, human design? That's like a fake version. That's another fake version of it. Human design. Okay, like there's basically all these like other versions of things that aren't going to get you where you're trying to go. But I'm not saying you got to do it. You don't have to do exactly what I'm doing. Okay, I'm just giving you an example, right? Good thing, instead of personal finance, is just start a business. Start a business, and here's some fundamentals. Okay, and people are not going to understand this stuff either. So it's not like if you just explain it to them, they're going to get it. They're not. because they're going to tell you everybody doesn't want to start a business. Everybody, and that's the point. The point is that they're not going to make it because they're still under deep MK Ultra programming, which is not about you wanting to start a business. You already are a business. You get it. They call it a job, but you're really a contractor. Okay. And I would call that a what? A contractor. Okay. So what's the difference between a contractor and a person at a job? Nothing. The job person may have some health benefits because you can go to the doctors, right? Healthcare. But what are they going to give you at healthcare? Drugs. To do what? To make you dumber? To poison you? Instead of going where? Holistic. You get it? Like, you know what I'm saying here? So it's like you have to like know this stuff, okay? And there's nothing wrong with a job, okay? It's just if you're using it as leverage to start your business, it's fine. But you have to look at yourself as a contractor so that way you don't get wrapped up into the frame of the job, okay? That's pretty much how this goes. Like, it's not really like rocket science or whatever, but so instead of the World Cup, maybe you're talking about world events that are staged. You know, I mean, you can talk about that if you want. Like, I don't, you know, like I don't have any reason to. I know this stuff is fake, so it's like there's not really a point in talking about most of this stuff. You're not going to talk about your 401k because you know that you only need 20 clients. So it's like, what's the point in talking about that? Say you're not going to talk about savings because you only need 20 clients. You only need relationships. Like it kind of ruins the fun of like figuring out what's going on because it's all bullshit, right? Like, and the motivation is really you're just brainwashed. Okay, it's the same thing. You kind of like brainwashed, right? Now, I'm saying all this because like I was having a moment the other day, and I was like, okay, I guess I got to like dig out of this hole that I'm in, which is not really a big deal, but it's like you have to like know these things. And I was talking about a credit score, right? So a good example is this, right? Years ago, I had like in my credit program, I had a credit score of like, actually, I can bring it up. Let me bring it up. Y'all want to see it real quick? Want to see my credit score? My old one? My new credit score is fucked up, probably. Let me see. Because I don't care any, like, you know what I'm saying? You got to do this stuff when it matters. It's still, like I said, it still works and it's still good to have access to capital via credit, but it's like, you know, after you really know, you're like, I don't really need this shit, man. Let me see. Memberships. Courses. I got my real estate course. I mean, a lot of courses, man. Let's see. My credit course. Robin, he posted something funny. There's this guy who basically buys courses, and then it's like they do like a thing where it's like, hey, welcome to the new course. I'm just got my first sale. I don't know if y'all seen that joke, but it's actually pretty funny. It says, I bet Elon Musk cares about his credit score. That's why people talk about this shit. It's just a fake. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. It's all fruit cup stuff, man. So, but it's still good though. Don't get me wrong, it's okay. But like right here, buying a house using credit, you can use your credit cards to buy a house for right? But this is like my old program. Let me see if I still got my credit score around here somewhere. My old one. Debt versus being in debt versus having debt, right? Which is kind of like what I'm on right now, right? I just have debt. Let's see here. I was like more younger, man. I was like, this was like four years ago. Oh yeah, I forgot. This is like one of my mail offers I used to get. So basically, this is basically where they used to keep offering me money and stuff. When I mastered the credit game, I was such a baby back then, man. Mastered the credit game. Offers on offers on offers, man. Would you like to borrow 50,000? Would you like to borrow 100,000? Would you like to borrow 100,000? I forgot all about this, man. I think I was like barefoot in this video too. All right there, right? I still give this to the noobs. Like if I talk to somebody and I feel like they're not ready, I just like, okay, like watch this noob stuff first, and then be ready, because you know I can't waste time talking to somebody who don't know shit. You know what I mean? It's gonna take too long to upgrade them, right? But I got the whole thing right here: secure card, credit card. This basically gets you like perfect credit within a couple of weeks. What should you use credit on? I probably need to go back over to this. Man, oh, this is bringing me back, man. Damn. I think my old partner helped me build this, man. He was like, yo, come on, like, just make it. Just make it. Just make it. I was like, all right, okay, all right. Where's that? I think this is when I had how much? I had $100,000 available to me at one point. I had way more. I mean, you know. But, oh, here it is, right there. Look at my FICO score. 816. Damn. Them's was the days. Them's was the days. Right? Okay, now I'm only laughing about that because, like, I know some people would, like, talk about, like, my credit score is probably shit now. It's probably, like, 600 or something, right? Now, and why, all right? Okay, let me read this real quick. So the day I got an 800 credit score, I celebrated for 5 seconds, then laughter because I knew it didn't mean shit. Exactly, right? And that's, like, the point. The point is that it doesn't mean anything. But it matters if you don't know shit, right? So you're like, ooh, like, which hence the girl and the peaking and all the other stuff. You get it? Hence the nice cars and the nice houses and all the other stuff. So, like, that's like the whole point. The whole point is that the whole point is it doesn't really mean anything. Once I realized it to me, I was like, man, fuck this thing. So I started, like, you know, buying more trainings, buying more stuff. And, you know, I mean, I ended up paying some of it off. And then I was like, okay, well, I got to pay more off. I was like, oh, you know. So it's, you know, it's just, like I said, it's part of life, right? So it's like, okay, you got to be careful too with your credit cards because some people can't control themselves. They have to, like, this one lady, she put hers in the freezer and she cut it up. she cut her credit up. Like, imagine having that little discipline. Okay. Oh, you like the right? Yeah. I know you like the course, Robin. Yeah. It's solid. It's gonna be wrong. All my stuff is solid. It's just where I'm at now and where some, you know, we gotta it's the next part is the business stuff, which is because basically that's why I go over it, because I'm like, hey, you know why you didn't need any of this at the end of the video? Because why? Because, like, or business credit, I forget, maybe it was business credit. I was like, yeah, they'll just give you money. You don't need credit because you can just start your business and have money in no time. In my business one, but that's my old business one. That's when I was, like, still doing different kinds of other stuff. But anyways, the point I'm making this video is because it is. It don't really matter if you go through. I talk about this enough already. Like, you go through a bankruptcy or you lose all your money or whatever, because you just get back on your feet. You get 20 sales, right? So I just found out that I need 20 new clients, and I need them to pay $7,500 and $500 a month, right? That's what I need right now. So I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna hunt, and I'm gonna get me my little 20. I'll probably spend like maybe $2,000 for ads or whatever, and that's it. It's gonna pay off my shit, and I'm back to normal. But the whole thing is that, like, I had to go through all of this just to be able to be like, oh yeah, just let's generate 300,000 or let's generate 150,000. You understand? Like, you go through these things, and this is like the real thing. This is the thing. You know, oh, my credit score is fucked up. You got MK Ultra. Of course it is. Yeah. Oh, whoa, wow. You feel bad, don't you? Yes, I do. Come on, give me the pop. Give me the money, baby. I'll tell you what, I'll fix that credit right now. Like, will you? Yes. It's going to cost money though. And then you tell them, like, okay, well, how do I fix it? Well, you just don't use it. Like, what do you mean? Don't use your credit card. Like, don't use it, right? Don't stop caring about this shit. Don't matter anyway. But, right? Like, but people don't know. So, you know, you're buying things that aren't really good for you. And, this whole thing is like, this whole thing is stupid. I'm glad I made a way. This way may not be open forever because they may patch it, right? Because, like, the thing I talk about, getting a job and then saving and all this other stuff, that may not work in a couple years because you may be only check to check. You get it? So it's like, okay, well, shit. Now I got to go out here and knock on doors. Like, maybe that's the new play after something like that happens, or something else. But the point is that you have to, like, be aware of these things, and you have to keep going. So I got to get a quick 20 sales. So that's it. I'm trying to get 20 sales between now and my birthday. It'd be a good birthday gift to have all my shit straightened out. But it's not like anything's gonna really be, like, different for me. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying here? So even if I like, lost everything or whatever, it's like, okay, you know, you can take a house or two. How many houses you want? All right, take it, get out of my face. All right, now what? Right, I'm back in the game, motherfuckers. I'm back anyway. You get what I'm saying here? You see? Let's see. Yeah, exactly, right. Yeah. So, but you know what I'm saying here? So, like, the point is that this is just my journey. Like, I know people want to hear, like, all the success and stuff like that all the time, but it's not really like it's rocket science. It's just, like, what are you starting this business for? What's the reason you want to start this business, and why Are you be able to commit to it, or like all the other things that go along with this journey? Because it's just about breaking the brainwashing essentially. Because like they basically have made a whole nation of slaves, and they can't figure out how to do shit, basically. And then they're too embarrassed to ask for. Imagine being embarrassed to ask for help. That's how bad it is, right? They made it where no, you can't ask for help. No, you can't do good. No, don't ask for help. It's like, damn, okay, it's like that. Like, yeah, like, wow. So, it's just so weird. Like, it's just so weird growing up, man. I swear, like, especially being an adult, and then now that I'm getting older too, I have to be more comfortable telling people what to do because I feel old, but I don't feel that old. And I'm like, you think people know what they're talking about, and they don't most of the time. So you don't really know that because they're trying to like act like they know, which is like no reason. Like I don't care if you don't know or not. I'll just tell you, like, it's not really a secret, you know. The other day I was asking people on this call. I was like, well, what do you guys want to see from me? Like, they're like, well, we want to see some, we want to see how you hypnotize people, man. I was like, oh my gosh, okay. I mean, like, well, if you want to share it, I would love to see the real estate. I'm like, oh my god. Right, and this is nothing really wrong with it, but to me it doesn't mean shit. So that's why I'm like, okay, I got to like begin to act again. You understand? Like, and Robin was around for this, but I don't know if you other guys were around for this. But I was talking about the Santa Claus theory. So basically the whole thing is that since everybody's brainwashed, you have to kind of meet them where they're at, and it's all about telling them the story that's already in their head to make them like jizz themselves, basically, right? So it's like a part of that is like women have this idea that they're going to find this rich man and he's going to fall in love with them or whatever, right? So what I used to do when I was dating, I used to walk around with like a nice jacket and nice pants. I mean, I was doing okay, but the girls are they're doing the crossed eyes. Yes, sir. Oh my lord. And, then they shower with you. So, this is not real. This is just sex. No, this is not real. I'm like, what? Like, what is happening? It's just all this like weird shit, basically, that happens. But it's not about really about me. It's about them. It's about the story that's happening for them. I met this guy, the amazing penis and sex and stuff or whatever, and then whatever girls talk about, whatever. Oh my god, he flipped me over. It's the same stuff you do any time in the bedroom, but it's to them, it's something else. You get it? It's just okay. All right, go ahead, turn over. Okay, all right, now I'm kiss you. I mean, that's it, right? That's all that happens during sex. There's not really many positions you can do. You're on top, they're on top. Oh, but just, to them, it's, oh, wow, whoa. It's like, at what point here is something not impressive? Because I don't know, like, you don't know any after a while. Because trust me, after you watch enough of this content, and especially if we work together, Teddy will notice this. At some point, it's going to be so bad you're not going to want to talk to anybody. It's like so bad. And it's not because people are dumb or nothing like that or whatever. It's just because you really don't want to meet them where they're at because it just doesn't make any sense anymore. You're like, why am I even talking to this person? Right? You're going to want to talk to people who are trying to figure things out. Right? You're trying to hang out maybe or whatever, but you're not going to be just like doing whatever. Like a good example is like, there's this guy, there's this lady I still like spy on people or whatever. Sometimes I spy on them. What do I mean by that? I'll go in people's lives and just kind of watch like their life or whatever. I'm like, what the fuck are they doing? Like, why are they doing it? They just on there, right? Just whatever. And I know I'm on here. Obviously, I'm on here. I'm like crazy too, right? I guess, right? So, but it's like different because I'm just talking about my problems, my life, and I'm talking about, hey, hi, here's how you can kind of get over your stuff, and it's just my newsletter, right? Other people, they're literally on there. Have you seen the new Cardi B video? Wow, what an amazing body! Like, why do you sound like that? Like, you sound fake. No, I am not fake. I am real. And I did not appreciate that. I'm like, oh my God, I haven't been around regular people in so long. Just so you know what to expect. Motherfuckers play cool when they start worshiping Beyonce out of nowhere or behaving. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's whatever. And I went to pay my bills today. Went to go get a cashier's check because apparently, because I broke the door. I broke my damn door. And basically I had to like pay to get it fixed, whatever, right? I was like, whatever. So I go in there and the lady, hello. I'm like, oh my God. Okay, here we go. More sex. I'm tired of come on, man. Can we not do anything? Right? That's why I don't really like going outside. Like, I'm not saying it's always like that, but women are like that. They see a man, okay, he's dressed up. Ooh, they're licking their chops every chance they get. Oh, I bet. Let me look downstairs. Everything's a joke now, of course. Oh, you like this? Yeah. Like, whatever, right? So I go get the money order from the bank, and then they're so what do you do? I'm like, I'm just have a business or whatever. Right. I try to dress like a hobo too. Sometimes outside, I'll be dressed like a hobo with flip flops and stuff, and sometimes shorts. But normally, I'm in like my beach attire. Like people, if you see my profiles, I'm only like beach attire or like white pants, and I wear like my dress shirt and kind of do that. But sometimes I'll dress like a hobo if I don't want any attention or whatever, because it's like the white pants are attention getting. Anyways, you can dress cool, but it's just like what, like if I wore a chain, and if I wore like a gold necklace or whatever and started doing the teeth thing, gold teeth or whatever, like what kind of person does that really attract? Like I don't really want to talk to a person like that. So I'd rather just be a weirdo that dresses like the beach all the time, right? Anyways, I go there and they're just doing. So what business do you have? I was like, I just have like a marketing business. Oh, okay. How's that? Do you go into the office? I'm like, the office. I was like, oh wait, I forgot. Like that's what they do. I was like, yeah, I go to the office or whatever sometimes, but I'm normally at home like all the time. So I haven't really been outside in a long time. Oh, okay. Would you like to open a retirement account? I'm like, I'm already retired. She's like, no, like later when you're ready to retire. I was like, okay, because I have to remember that they're like normal. I'm like, oh my god, okay, what do I say here to not be offensive, and how to like it gets difficult to talk to people because they don't really know. So let me see here. That's healthy discrimination of boundaries. The world is full of evil idiots, which is a way of doing evil. Yep. Let's see. I dress like a hobo too, and drive in and out of an old beater. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So basically, she's like, "Well, are you retired or like yeah, I'm just at home. I just work in my business." Right, but I don't have to remember that they don't actually know what a business is, and they're just there at their job, doing whatever, I guess, is brainwashed, I guess, right? Which nothing wrong being at your job, but they're literally brainwashed at the job. You get it, they're like, this is it. Yes, I'm in AC, I'm in air conditioner, and I'm opening bank accounts. Yes. Okay, cool. Like, let's fucking hurry. Like, let's just open up a bank account so I can go home, please, right? And she's like, oh, well, what about that? So I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm already retired. I mean, I just, well, what do you get grants? I'm like, grants? The fuck? Like, what? Well, you could get grants for your business and then you can open an account. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Right. Cause it's like the sales is so bad. Everything's terrible. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, oh yeah, I could, I guess, but I'm just ready just to get my cashier's check, please. Okay. Sounds good, mister. I'm like, oh my God. All right, whatever. And I was like, I got a mentee too. I got a couple mentees in the pipeline. They're good to go, right? You're like, oh, okay, you like helping people? I was like, yeah, I like that. I like that, helping that, right? And okay, so I'm like, yeah, all right, whatever. Anyways, I leave and I go to Giant, and I don't know, like maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm like paying attention more or something. But like I see like this guy, the guys who push the carts. They're normally like they have like some kind of intelligence issue. I don't have a nice way to say it, but these guys, he was like this, and there was like a bunch of boomers there. They're a bunch of boomers. They're old, right? A bunch of old white boomers. They're all pushing their carts there. I'm like, what the fuck are these guys doing here? It was like, you ever see like, I don't know if anybody ever had roaches or whatever. I had roaches when I was a kid. You turn the lights on and it's like a bunch of roaches and shit. They run around. It was like that, except these motherfuckers didn't run. They were just there. And I'm like, damn, there's just a bunch of boomers just sitting around here. And they just were I'm like, what are these motherfuckers eating? And I just look in their carts and they all look like this. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Where am I? Am I human? What? They just, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Going crazy. I'm like, let me just buy my stuff. So I go buy my stuff. Like, I don't think people really like, the more the more shit is like, damn, you got MK Ultra. Like, you brainwashed. Like, you just know after a while because you be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You be like, what the fuck, right? There's nothing. Hey, something's probably wrong with me. To be clear, it's probably wrong with me, right? But I'm just saying, like, I'm like, what the? I'm like, this. I'm not. I'm scared to go out the house. I'm like scared. Please some comments here. Let's see. They be having Jordan, yeah, Matrix, yep. Dressing like a hobo. Yep. Yep. They want you to think you're crazy. Yeah. So and here's what I'll say this too, okay? Because this is something I like picked up on over time. I did not understand the level of stardom people have for others. Like I never really understood it, if that makes sense. None of them will pay for it. Yeah, none of them will pay for it. Yeah. So like I didn't understand that, how like, okay, I was like, okay, these people have like insecurity issues, not because they're boomers, whatever, but because that's like how they live is like I drive the better car, I'm more tough or big and whatever it is. And that's like how they live. And it's not really like reality or whatever, but basically also immigrants do that same shit. And I'm like, okay, this like everybody's playing this status game of looking cool. And I'm like, damn. So because of this, they're never actually like figure out what's going on because they'll always be manipulated or moved by a guy like me, right? Or I guess you guys that are watching that you get trained and you paid for the information, you know how to do this, right? And I guess that's like how people like me like take over or something. Like I don't really understand it yet, like fully, but I'm like adjusting to it. I'm like, damn, this is it, huh? You do the whole, what's your name? Go do some push-ups or something, you punk. Okay, yes. It's like you don't feel gay, like you don't feel like weird or something. But I just told you what to do. You don't feel weird. Like when people tell me what to do, I'll be like, shut the fuck up. Like no, man. Unless we got a good relationship, it's like, okay, here's what you want to do. Like that's like a more of a suggestion. I'm like, do you need help with this? Like, yeah, okay. Here's what you want to do. You want to like do this? You do this? Well, like, okay, now go do it right now. When I say jump, you say how high. It's like, this is what they're doing? Oh my gosh, this is how it is here? It's scary, man. They're scary in those places, man. They be acting like, they be like so intense and fake and serious and shit. I'm like, what the fuck is going on, man? Anyways, it's like random, but just noticing life, right? And I got something wrong with me or something, man. Anyways, basically, let's see. Low compliance is a telling trait in entrepreneurs. They don't take. Yeah. That's a big thing for me. I'm like zero compliance almost. I just do whatever the fuck I want to do basically, and I try to consider others, but it just doesn't really seem to work out well when I do that because they don't have they don't know the game. And since they don't know the game, they don't really know how to reciprocate the fact that I'm allowing them to get what they want, I guess, right? Because we're supposed to be doing an exchange. Anyways, so basically that's it. I just need like 20 clients and that's going to solve that. But I'm getting used to, I guess, whatever this new thing is, because it's like they basically like they're like lying the entire time. Like most of these influencer stuff, they're lying. So since they're lying all the time about doing stuff and doing things, they have to do like you ever see those influencers? Like, look, you can fund your company with $100,000 credit limit or whatever. And I'm like, why are y'all selling this shit? Like, this shit is like retarded. Let's see, they think you're dumb when you treat them like humans. Yeah, basically, right? So basically, I'm just like, okay, like with my stuff, basically, you can kind of like anything can happen to you. You can probably even have like a missing eye and a nose and an arm. You can still be rich, right? You can still get some pussy and stuff like that too, because you'll have the resources to and the persuasion skills to know what to do. You know what I'm saying here? You'll be like, okay, no matter where I'm at, I'm kind of like taken care of because that's how I set up my life. But I had to kind of like fight for this. I think you guys could. I'll talk about it enough here. Like I talk about it enough where it just I had to fight for the data. They're like, okay, what's real, what's not real, is basically me breaking brainwashing, And I'm like, okay, like this is what's going on, and that's why you don't have to worry. Like, don't worry about credit score. The only time to worry about borrowing money is if you got to pay for consulting. That's it. Like that's really it. If you're paying for me, that's about it. It's probably the only time you need to borrow money. You pay me one time and you're done. But like okay, I'm gonna say this other part too. Okay, I was watching this guy today. I'm not gonna say his name, but he's made $40 million so far, right? And he's telling people, hey, I'm gonna show you how you can start your digital product business. I'm just like, what the fuck? And I'm watching it, right? And I'm like, damn, this is not correct. This is not like all the stuff. I'm like, damn, this is not right. And he's like an influencer. He's well known. Obviously, made more money than me, right? Doesn't have the issues I have because I'm like stupid or whatever, right? Because I care about finding out. Because I care about dumb shit like what? What is this? What is that? I care about dumb shit like this, like MK Ultra, right? Like that's what I care about. MK Ultra, right? Like I can. That's why I'm like having these issues. Oh, oh wow, MK Ultra. Okay, I want to learn more about this, right? Or whatever, you know. Oh my god. Anyways, he's talking about how to like create your digital product and all this other stuff, but that basically leads you down this whole digital entrepreneur thing, which is not the answer. The answer is to be a consultant, and if you're going to do that, and then but you're only going to learn that talking to the real guys, like the real guys, the originals. They're out there telling the truth, right? It has nothing to do with personal brand. Your personal brand ends up being something as a result of you running ads, right? If you start to run ads enough, people start to see you enough. After people start to see you enough, then people start to think that you're a celebrity when really you're just running your business. You understand? Like, I'll draw this out really quick, right? Because this is actually a part of my my celebrity program. I got about like, I don't know, like 4 or 5. Let me see real quick. I actually got the tab open. Let me see. I think I got about like 16. I don't know where anything is, man. I don't know where anything is. Oh, here it is. Okay. Team projects. So I have, let's see here. I have a follow-up system, a bribe system. Basically, I can do hypnosis through items. So if I send you an item, you probably got hypnotized. It's not a bad thing though, right? I obviously do everything with integrity, right? I got an authority system, basically make you a celebrity. Bribe system, finding hidden money system, lead generation system, loss activation system for clients who aren't buying. Big ticket, big whale clients. Oh, I I haven't written down my honeypot system. That's something I haven't wrote down yet. My honeypot system. Honeypot system, right? That's basically where we set up influencers and we basically set it up, right? It's basically an event, right? But it's for particular honeypotting, right? People go there, they don't know what the fuck is going on. Dad pops up, yeah, motherfuckers, you've been hypnotized. Oh yeah, give me money right now. Yes, sir, I'm brainwashed. Right? Give me money. It's like, no. Let's see. Oh, you caught what? What do you call? You caught that? Let's see. I'm trying to see these systems. Yeah, bro. Yeah, I got all the secrets, man. I had to work hard for these. Okay, I'm just reading them right here. Testimonial system, basically, like, yeah, yeah. Well, that's the whole thing. If you're a nerd, you're gonna love this stuff, right? And I'm talking about a real nerd and not like a weirdo. You know what I'm saying? If you're a weirdo, it's like, it's hard to like this stuff because like Elon Musk, he's like a weirdo. Peter Thiel's a weirdo. Sam Altman, they're like weirdos. They're not really like systems guys. Systems guys are the nerds, right? They're really nerds, and these are guys who basically run the world, but they don't really want a lot of attention because they're systems guys. They're like, all right, I did my part. I built the system. Okay, I'm leaving now, right? That's how it is, right? But it's always the Sam Altman that shows up, right? But there's always a systems guy in the background building the shit, right? So it would be like a guy like you building the stuff in the background for these people, and they would just all of a sudden be celebrities. They make all this money, and they pay you like 25,000 or some shit. You know what I'm saying here? I mean, that's just kind of what you did with me, right? Like, I'm about to help you make all this money. I'm about to help you make this money, and it's like, okay, well, what happened? I'll pay Carlos like this money, and then he's helping me make money. Well, that's how it works, that's how it goes. Anyways, I got the unlimited ad system, a bunch of other just random shit, right? Raising money, blah, blah, blah. So anyways, so basically what, what's funny is that people talk about like a personal brand. Okay. When they talk about a personal brand, they're talking about basically you being known for, something. Okay. Right? If we're talking about you being known for something, right? You might be known for motivation. Okay, I'm not gonna really like spell the whole thing out, but you guys get it, right? Motivation. Might be known for cars. Might be known for like whatever, just like, you guys get it, right? Okay, just anything, right? Like personal finance, right? I guess that's the thing, right? Now, if I was to be personal finance, it would be people who want to have a business and want to have a job. Never like that, right? Yeah, exactly. Wizard behind the curtains. Okay, so you're basically known for something and you stand for something, and people try to like write down all these other things, right? They try to write down all this shit, but in reality, all you're doing is basically looking like the person wants you to look. Okay, if this person needs to see a dress shirt, what do you wear? A dress shirt, like. Okay, why? Because it builds trust. This whole thing is about trust building. Okay, it's about trust building. It's about making it easier for them to make a decision, right? So you look the part. Maybe you have more proof. Maybe you have testimonials, right? The right testimonials that's going to make them feel good. So now you got that too, proof, right? Other stuff too, right? So the point is that this person's looking at you, and then what are they doing by looking at you? I want you guys to answer real quick. The people who do know and watch the channel, what are they doing? What is this person doing by seeing this version or just seeing this person? Give me an example, like what that is before I finish this real quick. I want to see if y'all really know or not. I want to see if you guys know, if you guys are still on. What are they doing? What is this person doing when they're looking at this person? What's happening? Anybody? Come on, man. Correct. Yes, both. Both. Yes, yeah, both are right. Yep. So basically they're under hypnosis at that point. Why? Because you are the thing that they want to be. They want to be you. Yes, looking outward instead of inward. Correct. Yes. Yes. So that if you don't do it correctly, this person will eventually hate you if you don't do it right. Right? So if you don't do it right and you don't tell them, hey, this is actually about you and your story and this, that, and the other, because they don't know what to happen, right? So they're looking for their new identity, aka they're looking for what? Alignment. Okay? That's like the real thing, okay? But nobody like knows it. All right? Okay? It is pimping. Yes. Yeah, it is pimping. Yeah. That's what my mentor used to say. So if you're not hypnotizing yourself, you're more likely to be hypnotized. Correct. Yes, that's really what this video is about. That's what the whole thing's about. It's about becoming the bad guy eventually, right? If you're not careful, you will be, right? Anyways, so basically the people who do it wrong, they do this, and then basically they capture you and put you in this little hole here, okay? And they call this world building, okay? And they're building a little place for you to kind of sit in and live there in their little ecosystem and keep paying them forever, which is nothing wrong with that either, okay? If you like that. But do you like that? Right? Did you even know that's happening? Right? That's why that's why they call it positioning. But really what they're doing is they're trapping a version of you here, right? And that's why basically most people fail. They'll buy a program or buy something and they don't do good. Why? They're going to fail because they're stuck. They're stuck. You get it? You're stuck. You're not integrating. Now you're in this little, you're just like, you're here. You're not integrating. The person's supposed to tell you this is about integration and identity. They're supposed to tell you. If they don't tell you, then guess what happens? You're stuck. And how long will it take to break this programming here? How long will it take if you don't even know about hypnosis? You're stuck and you're dead. Basically, you're dead. Okay? Now, so what the person will do is they'll basically be on like all these platforms, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, whatever, right? They'll be on all these Instagrams and they'll be getting a bunch of guys that don't know anything looking for identity. And now they're basically like, you know, some of them may do okay, but only like, I think the average is like 10% of people actually like do well, right? But they don't really tell you that because they don't want you to know. Because so you can do what? Keep buying. Okay, this is the fake way. This is the fake, unhealthy, unalignment way. And this is where you start to hear what? This is a scam. Why? Because they're trapped. They don't know what's going on, so they're going to call it a scam. This person's like, oh, well, look, I'm just playing a numbers game. If I spend this much money, 10% of them do well. That's just the numbers. They're not thinking about the clients. They're not thinking about whether or not they're going to be successful or not. Okay, you get it? What do? I say, jump on a call with me, right? Jump on a call with me. I'm going to figure out where you're at. If depending on where you're at, I'm going to put you in a bucket. I'm going to say, hey, okay, look, we can go here, we can go here, or we can go here. Okay, if I feel like you don't have enough money and you can't do well, I'm going to say, hey, look, you don't have enough money to do well. You're going to want to get some more money. In the meantime, you can basically take this program and here you go. Here's something you can go with on your way. You came into the store. You tried to get maybe this thing, but you couldn't afford it maybe. So then what do? You got this instead. And now you're on your way and you'll come back again. Why? Because I care about the relationship. You're not trapped. You get it? I told you what to think, how to think, and whatever to be okay. Right? I told you what to do. They're not doing that. Evil people get you out of alignment and create more evil. Correct. Yes, that's brainwashing. Yes, this is like John Carpenter's They Live movie, except aliens. Yeah, it's evil people. It could be aliens too. Who knows? But the point is like, okay, if that's why I offer this, I'm like, okay, well, maybe you're a good fit for this, or I'll say this, right? And if it's just not a good fit at all, I'll just say, hey, respectfully, it's not really going to be a good fit, and I think it's probably best you go in your own way, right? So I'm only looking for the right people, right? Because the right people will help them bring them into alignment, and by helping them come into alignment, what's happening to me? I'm coming into alignment, so it's a win-win for both of us, and we're both happy. We have a great relationship, and we're ready to continue working together. That's it. That's pretty much it. So I'm not going to manipulate anybody. I don't try to trick anybody or nothing. If I can't help you, I can't. It's just you can go. Other people aren't like that. They're going to try to get your money. And now you're in some kind of community group, or now you're doing this like weird stuff, right? Now you're in like you're just wasting time basically, right? You think you're doing something by watching a course or something, and it's like, no, you're actually just wasting your time because these people can't communicate and they only care about the money, right? You don't care about the relationship. That's why I don't like working with a lot of people. Okay, this is relationship lifetime value, to actually care about a person, provide value rather than money. Yes, that is all synthesizing together nicely. Yeah, man, I try to tell you, because basically you gotta get, and you were on the pay call too, so it makes sense that you're gonna know. You're going to know faster than other people too, right? And you're reading the right books. So the point is that basically, so if you're building a personal brand, I'm like, hey, my name is Carlos. I'm building a relationship with 20 clients right now, which I'm about to do. And I'm going to basically run the ad for a particular person that I want to work with, right? It's going to be for this person. So when they see me, I'm going to be dressed and ready to impress and all the other stuff, right? Instagram, whatever, Facebook, YouTube, wherever this person is, I'm going to run the ad, right? I'm going to run the ads. They're going to show up onto the call. And just like that, then we're basically going to try to do business, right? By default, people are going to know me. Oh, you're that guy who does personal finance and like magic and whatever, right? Whatever my thing is, right? That's what I'm trying to figure out, right? You'll help people make money, right? In business, right? Okay, yeah, that's what I do. Yeah. Okay, well, you get it. Now I'm known as that guy by default, because why? I just ran ads to my particular clients, and now people know me. That's it. Okay, that's it. That's all that's left, right? Now, if I want to charge more, sometimes what these people will need is what? They'll need more convincing. If you need more convincing, what do you think I need to do? I need to now be on what? Stage, because that's what they think success is. So you got to be on stage. You got to write a book. You got to what? What else you got to do? You got to just do all this random stuff, because whatever it is that they need to do to get over themselves, so that way we can then start that conversation. Okay, so this immediately goes from, let's just say I was charging $500, and this would immediately go to $10,000, and they would be very happy to drop their pants for the $10,000, because it's like, man, he's on stage. I mean, he's handsome. He's no, he's on stage. He's he knows what's going on or whatever. I can afford $10,000 a month. Like, if it's going to mean I'm going to make $1 million or whatever, right? So that's how it goes. Now, if you're a regular person and you don't know alignment, you don't know all this other stuff, you just doing your business, right? You're not trying to build relationships. You're just trying to do your business, right? What happens? You do all the same things, but it's fake. Why is it fake? Because you just care about their money. You don't really care about the relationship. You don't care about their success like that. You don't care about them. So what happens to them once they see you and they can't integrate? Now you are in a false reality. You're trapped. Okay, you're trapped. Now you're trapped, right? And not only are you trapped, basically, and all this person did was like run a bunch of ads, and it makes it look like they know what they're doing, but they actually don't know what they're doing. So you fail, and they don't communicate that, like, hey, look, I know that we said that this would work, but this happened. There's no refunds, but this happened, and looks like you're not going to do well. That's the truth, right? And most people, they don't want to do that because they're going to make them look bad. So it's all about like just tricking people, right? That's why I keep talking about this stuff. It says, yeah, we don't care about that shit because we know it's fake, but they don't know it's fake. Correct. And it exists in their mind. Therefore, we must leverage that with integrity. Correct. Exactly. This is why we must use hypnosis and all the other stuff, like, persuasion, all the other stuff. We have to use it with integrity, or else basically we're just no better than the slobs out here, right? And this stuff matters because they're going to do everything possible to get you. We just want to work with the right people. If they make the right choice and pick us, then great. If they don't, then the hell with them. Good luck. You want to believe in evil, go for it. I don't care. We got to go back to helping people who are serious about relationships and stuff. But it's our job to do a good job presenting it, right? So I'm saying that because that's the difference between the real personal brand and a fake personal brand. I learned this from Dan Kennedy like years ago, and he just was like, yeah, everybody thinks this is about personal brand. It's not. It's just about, that's what you only do that if you want to like be positioned as a higher authority because the person doesn't really know what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? This shit is Star Wars. Either use the Force to be a Jedi or a Sith, but the Force is important for survival. Correct, right? So if you look at big business, I'm sorry, guys. If you look at big business, what they'll do, it's all about bringing you out of alignment, right? So what they have to do is to scare you. They have to scare you and then to trick you to trusting them, right? That's what the government does. This is what all the people do, right? Your 401k is going to hell. The stock market's going to hell. Everything's going to hell. We're going to war. If we don't go to war, somebody's going to eat somebody's kid or something. It's all about scaring you and then saying, whoa, we can stop this if we just have facial recognition everywhere. And the person's like, yes, yes. You get it. They're already terrified. Their nerves are shot. You get it. They don't trust themselves. Anything that you can probably think of, they're brainwashed, MK Ultra, whatever it is, like whatever. They're brainwashed, right? They don't realize when somebody's lying to them. Okay. It's like AI and all the bullshit lies, writing code in 6 months, and it's been years. Exactly. Right. And you have to know these things while going through your journey so you don't get hung up. Right. If you're trusting the right people, they're like, yeah, don't worry about this, do this. If you do this, you do that. You do this, you do this, you do this. And then just like that, you're back, you stay on your game and you stay on the track, but it requires you. See, I'm kind of trailblazing this. You know what I'm saying here? So that's like the issue is I'm trailblazing. Okay. What that means is basically I'm like setting the trail because I don't understand where I'm going. And the answer isn't to just run a business. If it was just running a business, then the game would be over. I just tell you, here's how you run a business. Here's how you make your money. The game's over. If I told you how to do that, then you'd be doing it the wrong way. You're doing it the bad way, which is what? Anybody comes into the store, I can work with anybody. Doesn't matter who it is. Doesn't matter if I'm taking them out of alignment. Doesn't matter if I'm doing the right thing or not. You have to know all these things because now you can create reality for others, right? And if you're doing it the fake way, you're basically the devil. You're like, it's basically it. Washington D.C. is a fear factory. Yeah. So the point is that what's going on is like, I think they had that whole little tick outbreak thing. They said that Bill Gates threw ticks everywhere or something like that. That's an example of it, right? There's ticks everywhere and everybody's getting, what is it? Meat AIDS or something. Right now you can't eat meat. And let's bring that up on the screen really quick and then we'll close out. All right. What's that called? It's called what? Tick you can't eat meat virus. Alpha-gal. Okay. Alpha-gal syndrome. Alpha-gal syndrome is a condition that is not a virus, but very seriously and potentially life-threatening, blah, 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 right? They were talking about all over the news for a very long time. How many people in the United States are infected? Okay. %. I mean, total population. The total U.S. population is 350 million people. So alpha-gal syndrome, estimated 450,000 people living with meat allergy make up roughly 13% of the total country. 13%? No, it's 0.13%. That's less than 1% of the population has this thing. Okay. See, if it were 13%, it would be 45 million with the allergy. If it's 0.013%, that's roughly 1 out of 775 people. Okay. Just a small example of, just a small example of like, see, oh, there's a new virus out and it's eating everybody. You have to be careful, obviously, what you're doing, but like this is just an example. And you got to be careful. You got to do the right thing, man. You got to do the right thing. As I said, you got to be connected with God. You better believe in the Lord, man. And You do the right thing with these people, man, because you're probably going to go to hell if you do something wrong with it, right? So, but these people, they don't care. They don't care if they're going to hell or not. They just want the money. Um, but anyways, just to kind of finish up this video, I know it's like just a long one. I'm not trying to really get into making hour videos like I used to, but I just need 20 clients. So that's it. We're going to try to do 20 sales real quick, help people grow their business. I'm gonna pay off some bills, and after that, then we're back on track. So back on track, just still do the same shit I've been doing, get more customers, buy more houses. I actually do think I'm going to basically try to get some houses for free. I'm going to see if people just want to give away their houses, and I'm gonna have a place for them to come give that to me. Right. So ultimately, my skill is basically creating reality. Right. That's like what I'm good at, because I know enough to be like, boom, and just make shit happen. Right. But I'm not doing it the evil way. Right. And eventually you'll get there too, if you want that. Some people don't want. Some people just want to make money. If you want to make money, you're fine. If you don't, then whatever, right? The Alchemist, yeah. So it took a while. It took a while, but this is why I do my little magic hats and my little emojis and stuff like that, little magic, because at this point I can make anything happen because I know what's going on. And as long as you don't say anything, it doesn't ruin the surprise. It doesn't ruin the magic. Okay, because everybody's living in a Santa Claus world. Okay, so I'm gonna turn on my turbo boosters, try to get us paid. Yeah, you're good, man. You're good, man. Trust me. You don't know what you're in store for, because you're fitting to be a celebrity as well as somebody who's well paid. And you can take this as far as you want, man. You can go as far as you want with this stuff. Just do the right thing always, man. Do the right thing, have integrity, and that's like the part, man. Like people, they just don't, and they just care about getting money and saying whatever, and looking at profits instead of knowing what the right number is for them, knowing what they want in their life. You know what I'm saying? Like that's like the part. And that's why people don't know the real information now. They'll never figure it out, because it requires you to be a healthy person to find out. They'll only find out the fake version of it. Oh, this is just about brainwashing. It's like, yeah, I mean, a little bit, but it's really about just helping people that were brainwashed by others. Like you, like right? Yeah. Well, if I didn't do this, they wouldn't buy. Well, maybe you should do a better job giving them something they want, or find somebody else. Right? But remember, when it's about brainwashing, it's all about the person controlling you. It's about abuse. It's about scaring you on the sales call. It's about scaring the shit out of you, right? Like, oh, if you don't do this now, what will happen? What will happen if you don't do this now? Did your mom tell you she loved you before she died? That's why you didn't become successful. Think about it. It's like, just think about your wife and your kids. Think about them. Do they really want a dad who's a wimp? What kind of relationship is this? They're just not ready to buy. Go find somebody else ready to buy. Well, I need these sales to pay my bills. So you're just going to abuse another person? You get, like, that's what's happening. People are trying to make people do things that they don't want to do. That's what's happening. That's what it means to be a bad person. That's what it means. Yeah, that's what they do. And that's why they're all stressed. That's why they get, what is it? They get, what's the word? Not tuckered out. They get burnt out and stuff like this, because you're doing things that you shouldn't be doing. You're doing things the wrong way. If you're doing it the right way, everything's very natural. It's very giving. You have all the cheeks in the world if you wanted. You have all the money in the world, because you're doing it the natural way. You're being a leader. You're helping people. If you're being a leader and helping people, they're going to give you their money. Of course, why wouldn't they? They'll be happy about getting it. Hey, take some more, please. Take it. Yes, I want to have, come on, man. Let's keep working together. Let's keep making money. If they're a good person, yeah. If they're not, what is it? I'm going to save everything I can, and I'm going to scale and maximize profits. Well, you missed the whole point of developing relationships. While you're maximizing profits, I'm going to focus on the relationship of people and keep them long term. No. It's about profits. Where you get it, short term gain. You get it? They're all about short term. I'm going to abuse you. I'm going to make you have sex with me right now instead of trying to build a relationship and see if anything's here for us. If you just enjoy the ride, you're going to get the cheeks anyway. What do you want? What do you want to happen? and we all have to live with the results. Okay. Anyway, that's the video. So I got to get like a quick 20 clients. So it's great news. So basically, I'm gonna try to knock this out, and we're gonna be back on track trying to get some free houses. I mean, that's it, right? Really, I don't really have nothing else going on. I just have all those tabs I showed earlier, and that's pretty much it. So it's facts. I'm honestly blessed to be able to find you during this time in life, Carlos. Oh, nice, man. The AI stuff is stupid. I'm happy to have been knowing to focus on people and relationships. That's the answer, man. That's the answer. And thank you for that kind compliment, man. Let me screenshot. You mind if I screenshot that? I want to have that for later when you're nice and rich. I'm gonna say, remember when you was you're still doing all right. So you're doing okay. So but remember, don't forget. All right, y'all. That's it. Have a great night. And this is it. Let's enjoy the ride, baby. Let's go. Yeah. See ya.